Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have the first lineup update of Madden 24. Before we get started, though, we have a couple house cleaning things we got to get through. The first thing is the Madden 24 giveaway, 5 winners. This will end on September 1st, so you have 8 more days to get through this. But instead of that last step being message me on Twitter, just reply to my pinned tweet with the proof. And the next thing is, of course, shout out of the day. The shout out of the day goes to my man Da Goat for commenting the emoji on last video. And for today's emoji, let's do the rockin' emoji. Comment the rockin' emoji for a chance to be shouted out in the next video. Let's get started. So the team right now is an 84 overall with an 83 offense and an 85 defense. And EA is not doing me any favors because it should be showing the logos, but I am in the Patriots offensive book and the Chiefs defensive book. And this is going to be like my best kind of team. I'm going to be running probably 25 Jets with this. And I might add another 25 down the road, but this team will basically always be at least 25 Jets because it's the same account I have my 50-50 Jets team on. So it's easy. If I get the best players on the Jets team anyway, I might as well use them. You know what I mean? Instead of having like 2 separate teams. But yeah, here is the squad right now. Here is the offense. We got Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, of course, with the 25 Jets chems. He plays okay. Would love to see a nice little upgrade for him. Maybe get some better speed, but 85 speed isn't awful with some pretty decent route running at good, with some good size and even decent after the catch. So Garrett Wilson, he's my wide receiver 1, but really my wide receiver 1, honestly, is going to be Devin Hester. I try to put him in the most scenarios to make plays and get the ball in his hands, even short on like drag routes and things like that, especially against man coverage this year. Getting this man the ball in open space and letting him skip juke, letting him make guys miss, letting him break tackles, letting him use his speed and his COD to make guys miss is so key. Devin Hester has been my best card I've used so far this year. Besides maybe the next guy I'm going to talk about, my other wide receiver, who honestly, I mean, he's been here for a minute, but Kadarius Toney, man, he is an absolute baller, bro. This card, if you don't have him, if you didn't pick him for your free BND, if you have more free BND packs, I don't know what it is about this card, but he just plays so well. It could be the 90 COD and the 89 juke move, and it kind of the same thing as Hester, where you kind of can get the ball in his hands and he can make guys miss. But this Kadarius Toney card is an absolute monster, man. So next up, we have our running back. So at running back, I was using Ramondre. I was using Ramondre. If you've been in the streams recently, you know I was using Ramondre, but we did switch over to Fred Taylor, and that is for one reason and one reason only. I was going to make a video, but I felt like, it was a little too late, and I was going to make a video about Jukebox, but Jukebox is one of the best abilities in the game. I have not tried Spin Cycle yet, but I would imagine it can't be that great with how spins are in this game, but Jukebox is legit, man. Jukebox is definitely legit, and you put Jukebox on a man who's 6'1", almost 230 pounds with 86 speed, making him the fastest running back in the game. Fred Taylor is the best running back in the game right now, in my opinion. Ramondre is good, but Fred is just a little bit better to me. If, we get another Jukebox running back, maybe he could possibly dethrone Fred Taylor, but to me, Fred is RB1 right now in this game. He plays so well, and even though he's got low catching, he still sometimes snags the ball, which is crazy. Like I've yet to have any drops with him. And you guys see my quarterback, man. The quarterback is Bryce Young. Me and Bryce Young have we've had a tough relationship here to start Madden 24, but ever since turning on the meter passing, if you didn't watch my last video and you're having trouble passing, go watch my last video about the passing meter. And go watch it right now. It'll change your Madden 24 pass game 100%, and it's amazing. We also do have Irv Smith up here. Irv Smith, I could upgrade my tight end from Irv Smith, but I really haven't had a reason to. 84 speed with 84 acceleration, and even though the route running is really bad on this card, he gets the job done, man. He really does get the job done, and I haven't had a reason to go get a guy like Hunter Henry or George Kittle. He hasn't given me a reason to. Until I get a reason to do this, I'm not gonna, spend the coin, because Irv's been playing great for me, so I'm not gonna spend that coin. I'm going to sit on those coins and wait for future cards to come out, because Irv, like I said, there's no reason to upgrade. If a card's playing well for you, especially if, his speed is top tier, even if it's not. If a card's still playing well for you, there's no reason to get rid of him. You know what I mean? It's when a guy starts selling, when you guys start looking elsewhere and kind of surveying your options. So, yeah, that is the offensive line. Some RPs out of position. We have DeJuan Jones, Kevin Mulway's getting upgraded slowly. AVT getting upgraded slowly. And then we also have 85 Dwayne Brown rounding out the offense. And although my offense is pretty solid, I think my defense is definitely much better. We have Ed Reed over the top, and of course, Ed Reed on a 25 Jets team with 88 speed and 90 zone coverage. This man is an absolute headache. And in the defense I play dime normal. And if I'm not blitzing, I'm playing cover 2 man and usering the over the top safeties, which is a kind of a different thing. People aren't really used to. People are used to, the linebacker being usered. But what happens when you're playing cover 2 man? First of all, it's underneath shade, so you have a better chance of interceptions, especially right now with QB throw power and things like that. It's hard to put the ball in a tight window, so playing underneath shaded coverage with his zone over the top almost brackets defenses. The only way you can really beat it is going over the middle with things. But if my user is good enough and I can, adjust the shading and adjust what an opponent's doing, it's a pretty lockdown defense. You also mix in a blitz and a hard cover in a hard Tampa 2 defense with double Mabels. It's tough. My defense right now is really nice. The only issue really, I guess, could be like the run game or someone that's just really nice at beating man coverage would be my weakness. But outside of that, I mean, having every over the top, I don't use him every play. I usually use her the weak side of the formation. So say it's a bunch on the left side and a single on the right side. I'll use her the single on the right side and back off that corner. So we don't have to worry about that guy over there. And I can kind of help on the bunch, as far as man coverage goes. But, with my corners, man coverage is pretty sticky. Sauce Gardner on the Jets team, of course. You got to have a certain personnel to run that defense, to be honest. But 86 man with 86 speed at 6'3" is crazy, and 86 press. So it's hard. You kind of you don't get your rhythm on offense. Then you also have Darrelle Revis here, who's honestly been playing pretty well for me. He does blitz a lot, but we have 84 speed, 84 acceleration with 83 man coverage, which is really nice too. And then of course we have Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman plays crazy, and Richard Sherman plays on the same side as Ed Reed. So again, I don't have to worry about that side. You could move those guys around, put Revis on. I mean, not Revis, put Reed on one side, Sherman on the other. But I like having those two like crazy zone guys on the same side. So my user, I'll favor the other side. You know what I mean? I'll favor the other side, knowing my personnel on that side of the field, knowing who I have over there. I mean, that's a 6'3", 86 speed monster, man, at cornerback. And even in man coverage, he hasn't sold me yet. So Sherman, good at getting those diving animations. He's long, two 6'3" corners is really nice. And as far as my pass rush goes, you're going to see a lot of names here. But the guys I use are Trayvon Walker, Warren Sapp, Quentin Williams, and Nolan Smith. I did have Aiden Hutchinson. We did sell Aiden Hutchinson because I felt like his price tag was worth selling for. And Nolan Smith does get free off the edge a lot in my blitz. So 85 speed off that edge is definitely important. Trayvon Walker, kind of like Kadarius Toney in my defense. This dude's a monster against the run. He's a monster in pass rush. His build is so big. The dude's built like a statue out there. Trayvon Walker, an amazing defensive card to pick. And of course, Warren Sapp, I guess, is the star of the pass rush here. Because Warren Sapp, man, 81 speed with defensive rally. If you don't know what defensive rally does, it basically makes the rest of your defensive line better pass rushers on 3rd and 4th down. And especially for me, if I'm dropping into coverage and I'm rushing 4, having those added pass rush points is so key because you're able to get way more consistent pressure even when you're playing coverage in my defense. So it's super effective, and Warren Sapp can obviously stop the run with 90 blocks. It also has crazy crazy power moves and finesse moves, honestly, at 6'2". Able to really run with any quarterback in the game, honestly. If you mix the pursuit and things like that, he can run with anyone in the game if he breaks through that line. So Warren Sapp's low-key been the catalyst of the defense as far as helping everyone else on the defensive line, but also getting his own out there as well. So that is the defense, man. Oh, and also Cameron Curl's been playing well too. I hope eventually, I am using Eric Berry, by the way, and my plan is to hopefully get a better safety when one does come out. And then I'll use her Cameron Curl, because Cameron Curl is going to be a really good user. Cameron Curl is going to be a good user. I mean, he's good over the top for now, but still 85 speed. I would like to have maybe 86 speed, 87 speed, like Ed Reed on the other side. So, I mean, an 85 speed user with 88 acceleration, 81 COD is not the greatest, but a really good tackling stat as well. So, I mean, 6'1", that's really nice. So, yeah, Cameron Curl is definitely someone that I want to keep on the team. Even when I get a new safety, he'll probably graduate down to or not graduate, but he'll go down a user, I guess. So yeah, that is the defense. Here's the special teams. We got both Jets kickers, kick returners, specialists. There you go. My strat cards I'll be honest, they're not perfect right now because I just really haven't put time into it. But those are my strat cards right now. I haven't really felt any that are really worth it. Maybe man coverage would probably be worth it for me to go after, honestly, but they're the visuals. And rate my team out of 10, man. I'm always rating your guys' teams. By the way, I rate your teams every Friday, episodes every Sunday. I'm always rating your guys' teams. If you made it to the end of the video, rate my team out of 10. Let me know what you guys think. What can I do better? What should I upgrade? Let me know down in the comment section. And as always, I'll see you boys in the next one.